to Sister Talk. Today it's Sunday, June 10th, 2018, and it is an awesome day that the Lord has made.
Yes, Jesus, love me.
Here we go.
Here we go.
We missed you guys so
well,
much.
we did.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining us. I know it's been like a month. We've been off. We had a little break. Mother's Day, Memorial's Day. But, apparently some of us is just ready to start shining. So let's introduce our two. I'm Gail Talaferro, your host. And then my co-host, we have Marlon Wilson, our in-house comedian.
Hello.
And then we also have Marzina
Hello.
Sample. She's our specialist in image consulting, our all-around diva. I miss you guys.
I miss you too. I did.
I'm like,
And
yeah.
you know what? You go away, and it's even though it's a month, it feels like it's been forever.
It does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Forever.
audience, we forgot passwords and everything.
Yeah.
So
So we just running a little behind, but we're going to still have some fun.
Yeah.
We're going to have some fun.
Yeah.
Okay, so first we're going to go into our different segments. First, we're going to start with Marzina. She's going to inspire us today.
All right. Today I picked a piece by Miss Van Zandt. You cannot get to the end from the middle. No matter what we are doing, there is a process. When we rush ahead, we miss important steps. If we become impatient, we can overlook details. We must be willing to move step by step, inch by inch to get to the end. I say all this to say, I am sometimes impatient. Oh, let me rush. Let me just do it like this so I can hurry up and get it. But most of the time, it doesn't work out.
Right.
So we all need to understand there are steps, and it's a reason there's steps.
Yeah.
We need to follow those correctly to have a better result.
I don't believe that.
I
No,
knew
that is
I was gonna
true.
get feedback from Mark.
That is true because
Yeah.
the process that we go through is very, very important. And that's why we can't miss those necessary steps.
Right.
Because sometimes if you do miss a step, it can look a little raggly at the end.
But tell me
we don't
this.
wanna look
But tell me.
rushed.
But let me tell you.
Go ahead.
In whose eyes? Everybody's process is different. Like
That
the
is
way
true.
I might do something is different, but we get to the same end result, and it still might look the same. So who's processing things?
Oh no, Marlon, sometimes it's not always good to get by with the skin of your teeth.
Yeah.
Really?
Depending on the
really.
situation,
But
yeah.
you know what?
Yeah.
This is all I'm saying. All I'm saying is this: as long as the end result is the same and it looks,
But
the
it's
same,
not.
Who
If
said
you-
who
normally
said
it's
what you
not.
did is more quality than what I did? Like who makes the quality decision? And like, okay, I'm gonna give you an example.
Okay.
I want a house. You want a house.
Yes.
I got bad credit. You got good credit.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna pay 6.9%. You paying 3.3%.
Right.
At the end of the day, we still got the same house.
That is true.
So who cares how you
But-
got there? Well, you may have to pay down some points, but that's on you. You wanted it, so who cares?
Right.
So
In
what's
that
quality?
case, but that's
What's
not
the
every
process?
situation.
Okay.
Marlon.
Okay.
That's not every
Okay. Let's do it with cooking
Okay.
because cooking it really is a
It
science.
is a science. Go
Yes.
A
ahead.
lot of people don't think of it as a science, but it is a science. So let's look at cooking pasta. Okay,
Easy.
just real easy. Okay, so you in a rush and you want to make a quick meal, so you choose pasta. Okay, okay. So instead of letting the water boil, okay, before you put the pasta in, you put the pasta in as soon as you put the pot on the burner.
But wait a minute. They
See,
have.
I'm sure
They
it's
have.
right?
Listen.
Wait a
Listen.
minute.
Listen. I'm gonna tell you the truth. They have that like the 3-minute pasta. Like it cook. It's already pre-cooked or
But you're
something.
still supposed to put it in when the water boils.
Oh, I never brought it. I didn't know that. I thought
So-
you just throw it in.
So what happens when you put the pasta in the water before it gets hot?
You have a hot bunch of.
it's-
Overcook
You
it.
overcook it.
Yeah.
It's going to be a hot mess.
Yes.
Yeah.
So so that's a good example of
But
when you
see,
skip
I can
a
give you the
process.
same example. Watch this.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Oh my goodness.
You
Go
want
ahead.
pasta because it's quick. I want pasta because it's quick.
Right.
You in the grocery store looking at the noodles, everything, and going home and figuring out how fast you're gonna put the pot of water on the stove. And boy, I'm already at Olive Garden, Carrabba's, and I'm saying, excuse me, can I have spaghetti with meatballs? Oh, thank you. Oh, 15 minutes. Where you're still there cooking and sweating. and I'm already eating.
How much money she got in her pocket? So you're always going out and eating.
Yeah,
that's true.
You know,
if you get it during the lunch do it, that $5.99. If you go during the lunch and get it,
it's less expensive. That's true.
If you have to go through all that, see, that's even an issue. But we ain't gonna go there.
Right.
But cooking, it is a process, and sometimes you know.
But
sometimes we
boiling
can't.
water and noodles is
because we waste our time.
We waste
because
time.
then you still have to backtrack. I forgot this, or I don't have this piece. Like the sewing expedition I had with Gail. We're not going to go into that whole story.
No, let's. No, but a process. There's a reasoning behind the whole process to make sure that you do things in the correct manner, so it'll come out to the desired
expectation that you want.
Well, because my thing is, I want to be able to do it right, because I don't want to have to go back and redo.
But this is what I'm saying. This is all I'm saying.
Go ahead, say it.
You know what you want the outcome is, so you create your own process. Right?
No,
you created the process because you know how you want something to turn out at the end.
Process.
Why be a follower? Lead the pack.
You know.
You gotta lead them.
You know what? I can lead it when I'm creating something different and new.
That's what I mean.
But when I'm just, sometimes you have to follow the process
in
order to get to.
But have you ever realized
losing weight?
Okay, wait. No, this
okay. Go
before.
ahead.
Have you ever realized companies bring in individuals to reassess the process to change it to make it more efficient? So therefore, there's a problem. If you're paying people tens of thousands of dollars to re-examine your process, and you couldn't,
processes do have to change sometimes. Yeah. So I get that
to be more efficient. So everybody, I'm the efficient one. They're still using the same process.
Right. Okay.
You know what? We're just gonna leave that, Mar. We're just gonna leave it.
Because I'm always thinking of new, more efficient ways to do it.
And then you have to backtrack. Right. So
I do.
Okay.
Because my process of going through the grocery store is horrible. My process of going to work is horrible.
And there's a reason why I've never eaten any of her cooking, because she doesn't follow the process.
First, if I ever cook,
you don't cook.
No, that's why I have all the. Oh, I found a new restaurant today.
Oh.
Thank you, Marzina.
Yeah, that was good. You know what? That is a good one.
Yeah. I knew you would have lots of rebuttal to that, though, but I'm like, it's still a good one. Let me. Yeah.
Okay, so now we're going to go on. What's on Marlon's mind?
Well, today, now, we all have to pay our gas, our electric, our water bill, or they get shut off.
Right.
But I was thinking today, as I was writing out my check to pay my utilities, God made water. Why am I paying for water? My check doesn't go to God. It goes to the man who, look, God made water. God made natural gas. So if your house is heated by natural gas, why do we got to pay for it? If you drinking water out there, why do we got to pay for it? That's what I'm thinking about. How to get out of paying the gas, the electricity, and
build your well.
Well, even you pay for well water. Like where I live, we get our water from a well, and they'll tell you they have to shut certain wells down, or you're going to die if you drink the water. So, do you drink the water and die so you don't have to pay it anymore?
I think if they would still charge.
Why are they charging for natural things?
Because this is the way the society is set up.
It has to go through that process. How you think you get it?
Yeah. Well, if you look at your bill, the delivery charge is more than what you actually actually use.
Delivery charge for electricity, that doesn't make
sense to me.
Yeah.
Like, and when I call now, see, I'm one to call. I called the gas company. Now my bill, I don't have a high gas bill, nothing like that. It's like $30. It's minimal. But the thing about it is, why the gas, it says like $6. The delivery charge is like $20-some. Right. Like, don't deliver it next time. Let me come pick it up. Let me pick up my own gas.
But yeah.
And like my water. Okay, we can go back to the old days. I know how to get in a car and drive and go pick up water. Like, what's the difference?
Can you see her loading up the SUV and now you're getting it in the house?
Oh, I ain't thinking about that.
How
am I getting to go through the shower and heat up? Well, I'll just put a tank in my backyard and I'll fill it with water and I'll be out there. You know how
they'll be out there taking showers in the
catch
backyard.
The rain.
Right.
We be catching rain.
That's a good idea.
And then natural gas. Like, why am I paying for like electricity? I'm sorry, electricity. Why should we have to pay for electricity? Why? It's just these things come to my mind every time I write the check. And why do you have to pay bills monthly? Why can't you say, I decide I want to pay it quarterly? You see what I'm saying? Like, I want a quarterly bill. Like my taxes.
Yeah.
Well, actually you can. You just get those little notices.
I know. I found that out too.
Look, don't do it in the summer months though.
Oh no. Oh no. See, I'm covered anyway. Okay. Thank you, Mom. Like a mortgage. Why you gotta pay it every month on time? You could just pay when you want.
Oh my
See,
God.
they already set up so that
that's that process.
There will be order.
Like the order at the end of the day, you're about to be foreclosed on.
Yeah.
You don't know how to pay.
Right. That would definitely be the final step. But,
yeah, but that's all I was thinking about. Why we got to keep on paying these bills?
We have to pay for convenience. Because how else are you going to get the electricity to go through the house but through convenience? Or
is it really convenient when you see that money leaving your bank account? How convenient?
But is it convenient to just flick on the switch instead of having to go out there and wait for a storm to come? Oh, you so bye. Okay, now we figured out what was on her mind. She don't want to pay those bills.
I know, because I sure didn't want to pay
her own terms. I could just imagine with her when she gets her credit card bill statement in the mail. You know how they have the terms and everything. She'll reach like, no, I'm calling them up because I want my own terms.
I do. I really do, because I don't believe that they should put interest on my bill until I decide when interest should go.
Mar.
Listen, I know. Give me 28 days. Yeah, thank you. But I need 56.
You know what? Oh my goodness.
I need interest free for like 56 months.
Okay, and this is why I'm about to make this public apology to I'm making this public apology to Marzina Sample and Marlon Wilson, because remember, and then we're going to introduce our guests. So, remember, it's been like 2 years now, I've been trying to get someone to be in agreement with me that the older children should not, be like responsible for the younger sibling. I'm the oldest one, and those are babies and their families, and it's this ongoing thing. So I gotta apologize because people are saying this in the Bible. I'm like, show it to me. Show it to me, because I don't remember seeing it in the Bible.
Said it was in the Bible.
I told you. Y'all might
you
think
didn't know where.
No.
But
so
I'm like Medea when it comes to the Bible.
So Bible Study Wednesday, we're reading Romans chapter 9, okay? And, that came up. I didn't comment on it, but, it came up. But it is in the Bible. It's in Genesis chapter 25, verse 23.
At the beginning. The beginning.
Yes, it says, and the Lord said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb, and 2 manners of people shall be separated by thy bowels, and the one people shall be stronger than the other, and the elder shall serve the younger. So I apologize.
Thank you. Wow. Mar.
I'm the bigger person.
High five.
Bam.
Yes.
Okay. So that mystery is solved.
Yes.
And I'm still hoping that my interpretation is wrong. So, different people have different interpretations of the Bible.
That is true.
Okay. But I saw it somewhere else in Romans. elder shall serve the younger. I've seen it in Romans.
See?
So
Okay.
I knew. See,
I
look
was
at
in
God. Look
denial
at
for
God.
2 years.
See,
Just look
thank
at
you.
God.
Thank you for admitting that. That was wonderful.
I wasn't going to hide it from y'all.
Okay.
But I was mad in Bible study. I was like,
You got this look on your face.
I'm like,
Yeah.
I was like, Then I'm like, yeah.
Wow.
It hit me. In
It
church
did. It hit
today.
you pretty hard, didn't it?
In church.
That
like,
we
y'all
were
just-
right for 2 years. We've been right.
But y'all were right for the wrong reason.
It wasn't the
Y'all
wrong
were
reason.
Yeah, because y'all wanted it to be, well, our older siblings, they need to take care of us. Okay, so we have a caller.
Stephanie Renee Keenan.
Where you see that at?
I already know.
Okay.
And she's one of our guests.
How you pick up?
I don't know.
He's gonna.
Oh,
I'm about to say, I don't know.
I'm like, I thought he was picking up. Hello, caller. You're on the air.
Hi, this is Stephanie.
Hi, Stephanie.
Keenan.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm great. How are you all today?
Good,
Good.
good. Now she is she's calling in from North Carolina, Stephanie.
Exactly.
North
Yes.
Carolina, and she's currently putting out a film.
Oh.
Tell us a little bit about yourself, Stephanie.
Awesome. So, yes, I am calling from the great state of North Carolina. I'm currently living in Duplin County. It's a small county here. I'm originally from White Plains, New York. Same typical story. Just moved to the South with my family, and the rest is kind of history. I'm currently an advocate against domestic violence. I have a nonprofit called Broken to Heal, and it supports women in every aspect of domestic violence, whether they're the survivor or somebody who's been indirectly impacted. And, of course, we do other things. It's all about helping women to survive, to overcome, and to move forward in every area of their life. We just have a platform area of domestic violence.
Oh, that's
And then,
nice.
of course, so I'm a mom. I have one amazing daughter. Shout out to Miss Victoria,
Why parents of one kid always got like an amazing child, and that child can be like, oh my God, but okay, we got an amazing kid.
That sounds amazing.
This is it.
James is
Because we
amazing.
put all our concentration
Jason
on
in that one child,
Listen, she's amazing because that's all I have to deal with.
That's
Yes.
right.
You made her amazing. You made
Yeah.
her amazing.
Yes.
So now, what's the name of your film?
So, I have the privilege of starring in a film along with a great cast. It's called The Cycle. It is by a filmmaker, director, Terrence Graham, who also lives here in North Carolina. And so it is, the premise is based on generational curses, but it covers it from every aspect, not just the spiritual, but the psychological, the criminal, even going back to the historical background
Wow.
of generational curses.
Oh, it sounds interesting. And when is it coming out? When is it actually going to be in like the theater, or when are y'all actually going to showcase it?
All right, so we're going to do premieres, but then also it goes to DVD. So we're looking at currently late September is when we're looking to have our premiere. We're looking for it to go to DVD. So, you can always, I can give you the website that you can go to and get the DVDs once they're released. But like I said, it is in late September is when we're expecting it to come out.
Why? And what made you choose domestic violence as to advocate against domestic violence? What made you do that?
Well, because I'm a survivor. So I was in a relationship in my mid-20s, which they say the age range that is the highest risk falls between 14 and about 50 years old. So I fell right in that, and I still am for whatever that's worth. And so for 5 years, I was in a situation of not just physical abuse, but mental, everything. And eventually, with the help of my family, I did get out. And then, as life would have it, I ran into other people, either that I witnessed their stories firsthand or, you know, you get to hear about it. And so I think I owe it as a survivor to help other women. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes they need to see what it looks like.
Definitely.
So that they understand that, listen, if I could do it, you can do it too.
Yeah,
like everybody doesn't have to die. Everybody, you know what I'm saying? We don't have to stay.
That's her name, Tony.
Yeah, yes, Toner. Yeah, that's one of the things that a lot of people don't come into acceptance. You know, they think that, okay, well, you know, they love me, so that's why they do this. And not thinking that you don't deserve to be treated like this. You know what I mean? We don't stress that enough with our girls, because still, in this day and age, we are dealing with domestic violence.
Yeah,
right.
And our youth don't really understand that people have died.
But you know what? Some people don't understand when they are being abused. I mean, it sounds
because
crazy,
abuse,
but they've been so used to it, it becomes like this is the norm.
Right.
This
It
is
has
the norm,
many
and that's
different
sad.
faces.
Yeah.
Okay. From
Absolutely,
family members
absolutely.
to friends to a schoolmate. So it's so many different ways that it can take place. And a lot of people don't realize it.
Right.
So the only way to bring more awareness, of course, is to do like Stephanie's doing, which is awesome, and other people we've had on the show.
I know, because like if you watch, like she said, the generational curse, if you watch your grandmother be abused, then you watch your mother be abused, then you sitting there and you enter into a relationship, and the gentleman or whoever, the woman, is still doing the same things that you already seen all your life happening. Is it violence to you? Is it wrong? No, until somebody actually tells you that it is wrong, then that's when you understand. You start stepping back and looking at it, saying, you know what, that's right, I'm better than this. I love you. And then a lot of times people have to start loving themselves and stop trying to please and love everybody else. Start loving yourself. When you love yourself internally and outside, and accept who you are and what you are, and build from that, I think that helps you to overcome a lot of things, because a lot of people hide behind stuff, which causes them to enter into these relationships and things like that. So you got to first love yourself, and then try to build on that, and then you'll be able to love somebody else.
And the number two, or actually the first thing you should do, is pray to God.
Amen.
Because a lot of this is through generational curses, traveling through your bloodline. And, you know, prayer and God is one of the most effective
like, see,
things.
traveling through my bloodline with beatings. I got too many of them.
That too.
I mean, I think that's the premise of the movie, though.
Yeah.
Right? That we talk about what a generational curse is, and a lot of people always automatically equate them to sin. That's not true. A generational curse isn't necessarily something that's going to take you to hell, per se, but it will impact the quality of your life. And in essence, it's just what she said. They're literally learned behaviors, because you have witnessed that, and because you have witnessed it. And, you know, it happens a lot of times, especially with domestic violence, is because we've been taught, if that's the cycle in your family, that you've been taught that it's okay. Like, you just be quiet and let him do. If you don't say anything, he won't do it, so on and so forth. But, and the point that you all also mentioned is true, is that we have to get back to, which is what I do. My rule is to educate and empower women. I have a message that simply says, love does not leave bruises. And you have to think, what is a bruise? A bruise is an indication that something traumatic has happened, that you've been hurt or you've been harmed in any way. So if you're in love with somebody and you're in a love dynamic with them, then at no point should you have any types of bruises, whether it's spiritual, mental, emotional, or physical, because love does not leave bruises, period.
And what's the name of the movie again? I'm sorry. What's the name of the movie again?
So the movie is called The Cycle, and it'll be available at 5footproductionsllc.com in September of 2018. So again, it's 5foot5ftproductionsllc.com, and it's called The Cycle, and it deals with 8 generational curses, which include premature death, broken relationships, mental health issues, domestic violence, drug addiction, criminal behavior. We talk about health issues and sexual abuse. And so not only are you getting it from the film and the historical, but you also get to hear people's stories and see, you know what I'm saying, their process from, you know, that journey that they took based on that curse.
Right.
Wow.
Wow. So Stephanie, so what right before the cycle comes out and is available on DVD, give us a call back. Let's do more on this to get the word out.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Okay.
I would love to. Thank you all for letting me come on today because, like I said, I'm here. I'm an advocate. Until we can end this cycle of domestic violence, my message will always be the same. Love does not leave bruises.
Amen.
That's right.
I like
Amen.
that.
That's it.
Okay.
I like it a lot.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much.
Thank you, Stephanie. We appreciate you calling in.
Yes.
Thank you. I'm enjoying you all. I want you all to know that I'm loving this show.
Well, thank you so much. Thank you. Keep listening. Like us.
I will.
All right.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
That's awesome. But yeah, we got to get the message out. Love don't leave bruises. I like that.
Yep.
Ooh, I really do like that. I got to write that down. But anyway, so I want to get to our guest.
Yes.
We have a musical guest here.
Yay!
And, I'm going to, have Marlon introduce her.
Yes.
She's your friend. Go
She's
ahead.
not only my friend,
She's
she
your
is my cousin.
Cousin.
They share
She is my cousin. She is my cousin. Well, through marriage.
Okay.
She married my cousin, who's like my brother. Like me and her husband are like, that's my brother.
Okay.
Like when.
You still have my sympathy.
Well,
But you got to deal with her more than I do. We was in the same section, and she was something.
Well, Danielle, like I said, she's my cousin. She's overcome a lot, and God blessed her to be here with us today. She has a beautiful voice that, and God gave her opportunity to share it with the world. And really, when I remember when I first heard the song, her husband was at my house fixing my garbage disposal. He said, "Mark, check this out." So I'm listening and I was like, "Well, who's that?" I said, "Who's that?" He was like, "It's Danielle," and I was like, "Who?" I was like, "Play it again."
Danielle?
And when let me tell you, certain songs I hear. It doesn't do anything for me. It could be gospel, it could be anything. But when a song makes you sit there and captivate you and fills your soul and you feel good and you say, "All right, girl, go ahead, you conquer." And when I said, "This is a beautiful song." I said, "It's different, it's beautiful, and it just inspires you to want to hear it again." And I'm telling you, like, a lot of people will say, "Marlon, you just said no," because I'll tell you in a minute. I don't like it. I don't like it.
Yeah,
Like,
I think they know that. Yeah.
but at the time, I think when y'all hear this song, listen to it.
Okay.
Just listen to it and let it fill your soul, because it's inspirational, and it just fills your soul, and it just gives you something good to feel about. It sends you like those goosebumps where you like look at me talking about it, goosebumps. But I'm just saying, it's a good song.
It's not gonna make me cry, is it?
If it does, that's
We
God
have
filling your
tissues,
soul.
that's
No,
cool.
look, if you cry, then you know it's a good song,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
So it's like, take us to church.
But first, I want Danielle to tell us what
Inspired her
to, take on this project.
Well, I mean, the title of the song is called Conquerors. And, not only does God tell us that we're more than conquerors, but, just looking back on my life, just struggling with addiction, overcoming it, conquering it with God's help. And just everything that I've been through, I'm a conqueror. We're all conquerors. The fact that we all have a story and we've all been through something. It doesn't have to be drugs. It doesn't have to be, but we've all been through something. And to be able to get past that, it's a wonderful thing. You can stand with your head. I mean, I can stand now here today with my, my head held high because I am a conqueror. Not only because God said I was, but because I'm
You
still
feel
here.
it in your
I'm
soul,
still
yeah.
here. So that kind of, as I was writing the song and the words, like this is just my, most of the songs in gospel are just our testimonies, and we just sing it out. So this is my personal testimony.
So how did you start writing, or you put in your mind, okay, this is what I want to do?
Well, it was so funny because like everything happened, and I know it was God. I was, at a funeral, I had to sing, and just so happens that this awesome producer was there, Rick Williams, who's worked with Michael Jackson. I mean, the list goes on. And he heard me sing, and he actually connected with me. And just one day he said, "Hey, have you ever thought of doing your own project?" And I was like, yeah, I guess, yeah. So
Wow.
he's like, so I'm gonna just go ahead and start writing down your thoughts, and I did, and he, put it to music, and I was like, wow, I never knew I was a songwriter.
Wow.
So yeah, so it all worked out. So I know it's.
I
straight
mean,
from
what's
God.
the odds of that? Because God's got you.
Amen.
covered.
I received
Wow.
that. I received that.
Wow.
Okay, so we're going to
That's
have
awesome.
Ruben go ahead and play the track, and this is called The Conqueror?
Conqueror.
Conqueror. Okay, this is going to be good.
My ups, my downs, my highs, my lows. It's not where I've been, but where I'm about to go. My journey's sad. You can't change me. I was so blind, but now I see. Oh, we are conquerors. We are conquerors. We are conquerors. We are conquerors. I was so lost, sinking deep in sin. I fell so many times. Will I ever win? That's when God came to me. Grabbed my hand, dried my eyes, 'cause he knew me. And who his son sets free is truly free indeed. Oh, we are conquerors. We are. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We are conquerors. Yeah, 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 yeah. Don't be discouraged, my friend. God already told you that you were gonna win. Oh, we are conquerors.
Yeah, if I'm involved in it, that mean am I all in it? So what you call finish, we just starting off with it. I know you feel like it's hard to get by. So many things that's going wrong every day is a try. Hold your head. That's why we follow them, never losing. We gotta win. Every sin is acquitted. The Johnny conquering the conquering now. Getting knowledge, the wisdom is in applying it. If you feel what I'm saying and praying, the angels flying it. But new beginnings, we winning. This is a state of mind on the road to riches, and I ain't talking about dollar signs. Conquering my demons. This is more than the season. We just giving them Jesus to kill us more than the treatment. Come on, yeah. We conquering. You should follow him. We gotta win. We gotta win. We conquering. You should follow him. We gotta win. Yeah, we gotta win.
Yes.
Yes, that was awesome. Yay.
Yes. Beautiful.
Danielle, I'm like, I'm
I love
gonna
it.
have to take a picture after, so I can say I knew her win.
Exactly. That was beautiful.
I told y'all it was a
Wow.
beautiful song.
So
Wow.
how do you feel, okay, that you've accomplished this project? Something, apparently you had no intention on doing this.
Right.
And then, only but God has given it to you, and you've come out with something that's really awesome. You know what I mean? I'm like, I know how I feel when I finish a project,
Right.
but with something like this,
Right.
how does it feel to you?
It's so surreal. I still, listen, even every time I listen to it, I'm like, wow, that's really me. Like, so
Right.
it's still, I don't think it really has hit me, fully yet, because it's just unreal. I never thought last year or even years before that I would be making a CD.
Wow.
I never imagined that.
Now, is any of it available for the public now?
It will be, I'm praying by next month. It'll be on
Oh.
iTunes, SoundCloud. It'll be available, and then I'll be selling them individually.
Nice.
So what I'm going to do, I'm going to hook you up with my sister. I know, do you have my sister's number, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay, she also has a radio show in DC.
And she is so sweet. She's not like Gail at all.
I think you're sweet.
No, she did not. No, she did not. Oh, I still love you.
I just found the opportunity to say that, and Gail is So I finally get. It's been 2 years, and I got my chance.
Wow.
Okay.
Oh my God.
I'm not going to take this out on you.
Thank you.
No, my sister
I
has
still got her phone number.
I'll have Marlon give you the number. I'll let her know that you're going to be calling her.
Okay,
she has a radio show in DC, and it's called the IRIE.
Awesome.
And basically she gives opportunity for up and coming artists, local artists. You know, some of them have even sung on her show. Performed on her show.
My goodness.
So
exciting.
I'll
Thank you.
let my sister know that you'll be giving her a call.
She's she is nice. You know what? I'm gonna tell you something. Gail is nice, first of all, to introduce me to her sister, because she did give me some inspiration that I needed at the time. Like, she called me, like I was scared to call, but she called me and she just was like, "You can do it." So her sister is very sweet. She is like Gail, but I didn't want to tell Gail she's sweet.
You don't have to tell me. I already know.
But I'm just saying, like, by her putting her in my, it just gave me a little encouragement to do what I had to do. But that's the kind of people you want to now surround yourself with. Right. And you're gonna, and she'll introduce you to people. You're gonna keep on moving forward. That's what I was telling you in the car. I said, at times when you staying still, you'll see where the path God wants you to take. Because sometimes when we move in too quick, like you said, the process is sloppy. Like, it's sloppy. Like, but right now, like, and I told y'all, like I was telling them, I've been still for a long time, and now God is allowing me to move on in my life. But if we move too fast, like I was doing before, it was sloppy, it was messy. But with you, I feel God's going to keep on leading you. It's time for you to move, and you're going to move up.
Right.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Because when the time comes, it's when it's time.
He opens these doors. Like,
yeah.
And you don't have the choice to say, God, I don't want to do it.
Oh, yeah.
No, he's going to keep on pushing you. You got to do it.
This is your destiny.
This is my season.
Yes.
I received that. Thank you, guys.
And the thing with that is, a lot of times that we let the unknown, play with us and mess with our heads, and the fear factor come in. But when it's done in decency and in order, and having that godly mind, it's not going to do anything but flourish. So be prepared.
Okay.
Yes.
Be prepared.
And accept it. You know what I'm saying? Accept it. Don't block it. Don't block your blessings, they say. When even though you say, I can't get there, God, if he wouldn't give it to you if you couldn't get there.
He was not going to make
I kind of, while I was listening to, the song, I was thinking of video. I'm like,
wow.
I was thinking of video.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, that would look nice if it was done that way. And and I saw the sky and everything. I'm like,
wow.
All right, well,
she got a vision.
Yeah,
she got a vision for you.
Yeah. That is
I'm
awesome.
just saying, I was looking for the video. I'm playing the video in my head. Wow. I really was. So
I loved it. I love the conquering. That was the theme of it, because we all, like you said, conquer something. And if I wasn't on this screen, I would have been up. I tried to be calm and serene.
Thank you.
But it was awesome.
Thank you.
Really.
Wow. Thank you so much.
That's what I told you. Like, I was in the kitchen, and when her husband played it for me, I'm like,
was it that song or something else?
It was that song.
Yeah.
It was that song. And I was just like, wow, that's a good song. Like, that's a good song. Like, it's different. It's a different gospel. It's a different take on gospel. But I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it.
And power is music.
Yes.
In music. Music has power.
And while I was thinking, like, as far as like not being traditional gospel, a lot of people, have been turned away from churches. So there's a lot of people that I'm praying that this music will give them another avenue to get to know God. Because a lot of them won't come to church.
Exactly.
But they listen to music and they'll remember what they've heard.
Yeah.
So
now you have a second second song that's be coming out? Are you releasing them at the same time? Or?
I was gonna do it one at a time, you
Okay.
know. But yeah, my second song is also part of my testimony. It's Through the Storm, and it just, I mean, I never was a songwriter, but God has just been giving me these words, and it's just been awesome. So, and my husband's my biggest fan, so he's awesome.
Was that your husband on there as well?
No,
Who was
not
the guy?
musically good. His name is Charlie K. I'm sorry. He's a gospel rapper out of Philadelphia.
Oh, okay.
So yeah,
Okay.
his testimony's awesome too.
So how long did it take you to do that project?
It took me to write it down, probably, I'll say within a month. However, this is how I know that the enemy didn't want this project finished. My producer, he had, since December, I've known him since December, and he had 3 deaths back to back. Wow. His health was failing him. He had 2 major operations on his hands. And it just, it would have already been done, but the enemy was setting up these roadblocks because he didn't want it to get finished.
And what did you do? You conquered them.
I can't, exactly. 2 snacks, so.
Push through, man.
Yeah, so it's awesome. So thank you so much for having me. This is
Thank you.
No, thank
still
you.
surreal.
You know what I just saw too? I just saw. No, my sister. My sister's very smart. Wendy's very smart. I'll give her that. And she is more likable than I am.
Wow.
She is. No, my Wendy is. I'm like, you know, I do love her dearly, but she has this people personality, like your daughter Shayna. She has that people personality. And
People just have to get to know you.
Yeah.
oh, that
more
does
so.
Because when I first met her, I was like, I'm not talking to her.
Yeah, you thought she was.
I was like, I'm not going over, because when they was like, I said, I'm not going over to her desk. I will send an email.
Oh my.
Because she would come in that office. She was very, hello, okay. But then as I got to know her, I was, you ever see that bad kid that just stirs up something, but then.
Like Dennis the Menace?
But you know what?
I was boiling the medicine.
No, that explains it, because when she used to walk by my desk, because I was like kind of close to the door, she was like, "Hi, Miss Gail."
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
I was scared because I heard how they was like, she don't take no stuff. She gonna tell you with her, and I was like, I'm not messing with her. I was like, because I know I'm always into something. Like I'm always into something.
Hence why you sit so far away from
Oh, wow.
Arms
Fears
length.
never left.
I said so she can't reach out and touch her sister.
Right.
Well, no,
Right.
I should be scared because she hits.
Ooh.
She got that ruler on
We
me
don't
one
need to
day.
talk about that.
I'm just saying,
You know, see.
what song is that? No, she hit. She took that.
Wow.
She took that
We're
hand.
discussing you.
But it just brings, they're afraid of me. But
No,
you.
but she sat right, and you couldn't miss her desk because you came right in the on the floor, and you be like, "Hey, Miss Good."
So you
And
had
I
to
just
run
come in, "Hey, Miss
back.
Good." But then as I got to know her, I
Right.
said, "Oh, she's just a nice person.
Yes, I am.
Most of the time.
A nice person that don't take no stuff. That's it.
Right.
But I was
And
saying.
she will speak up."
Now, see, I forgot what I was going to say about my sister.
See.
I was saying that about my sister to make some kind of a point, and I just don't remember. I said she's a people person. It'll come back.
It'll
to
come
me.
back.
Yeah, and it'll come back.
I was going to make a point.
Wow.
Isn't it
Of
crazy?
why she should reach out to her.
No, that she's more likable. That's what you said.
I don't think that was it, Mark. Oh, God.
That's what she said. my
Oh,
sister.
okay, I know why.
Okay.
Because I was
Wow.
saying that my sister is very smart. Okay, so one of the things that she did, she went on a actually it was business for her, a cruise, and I think she might have performed on a cruise. I'm not quite sure, but she took the business card, a card. It's a plastic card, like the key card that you get for your room.
Okay.
And on it has a for your MP3, and she put a track on it.
Okay.
So when you said more than a conqueror, and when you said people are tired of the old, the traditional
yeah.
gospel songs, and that message being a conqueror would have been something really nice to be able to just give people for encouragement.
Yes,
So that's what I saw. Okay. I'm now, and please don't get me wrong. I am not someone who sees things.
Okay.
That
That
would
would be a little creepy.
Yeah, no, I don't. Yeah, no. It just popped into my head.
Okay.
Well,
Well,
that's a vision either way.
yes,
So
either way, yes, I receive it.
You know, I'm like that, and
receive
there's
it.
only the one right now. That would be a good one to be able to just inspire.
And that's all I want to do. I'm not
Just
here to make
inspire.
tons of money. I just want to just, there's
Make
a lot
that
of hurting.
money.
Yeah, it's a lot.
You're using
It's a lot of hurting people out here,
Right.
and I was
using
one
your
of them.
God-given
Praise
talents,
God. Yes.
okay, for others.
Yes.
And it's so funny how that's what you said. It's not about making a whole lot of money.
Right.
But when you know what your talents are and how it can be used in the kingdom, there's a lot to be said for that. And they said your talents will make room for you.
Yes.
Because one of the things that I just realized, about myself is that, even with the children's book, for some odd reason, I can't get away from children. So I think I am supposed to be that one to really write for children.
Wow. That's awesome.
And I'm like, oh, why?
That's
Why,
your calling.
Lord? Why?
Because that's what he wants you to do.
Did I tell
And
you I
you
had
know what? It will all open up soon enough and be displayed to you why.
Now, how about I had a meeting with my pastor, okay? And, I know I'm supposed to, be working in the church, yes. And then she said, yeah, I know you like to teach. We're going to have you start Sunday school. And I'm like, you should see me. I'm getting,
Exactly.
here you go, get my pocketbook together. Like, let me hurry up. Well, she had me doing something else. I'm like, okay.
And you know what? You're going to get books from those children that you're in their
Yes,
teaching.
yes.
So,
Yeah, so I'm like,
Stories,
I have
lots
to
of them.
stop running from the children.
Yep.
Yes.
Because, Marzina and I, Marzina, when we used to teach those kids, it's like, okay, what do we do? Like every
Well, they were
Saturday.
teens. Yeah.
Yeah, they were teens. And every Saturday, I had, 6 classes? You had 5?
Yeah.
And every
Wow.
Saturday, after class was over, we drank the whole bottle of wine.
Yep. We'd have wine
And
and
just
pizza
sit there
every
like this.
Saturday.
We just
And
sit
we'd be
there.
so drained. We'd be like, woo,
They just
it's been a long day.
Like, oh my God.
See, that's why I don't deal with kids.
See?
I don't deal with them. I was watching, now my niece was sitting with my little niece, and I tell you, she started crying. That little baby is demanding. Kids are too demanding
Yes,
for
they
me.
are.
What? Let me tell you, she
Yes,
was
they
there, and
are.
then she, oh my gosh, I forgot about burping and
Oh, yeah, that's the
my
fun
gosh.
stuff.
And she was laughing, and then next I'm like, oh, she's starting to get the gas out. Next thing I know, I said,
Yep, that's him.
and my niece gonna run out the room and go to the bathroom.
See?
She's so sweet.
I know.
Wow.
But see, I have to, stop running from the children because I kind of think I'm tasked with that. Don't laugh.
But you know what? If you have something like, you will discipline them, and you're not scared to discipline these kids, and you're gonna make them better. We don't need another. I don't want to say bunch of kids, like dumb kids. We don't want.
No, we don't need. No,
And
we
they don't have respect for people. They don't, But if they place you in front of the classroom,
All the kids are gonna be sitting there.
They'll be
it's
sitting
gonna
like
be
straight
it's gonna be a whole new
Yeah.
generation of children coming
Yeah.
about. So that's a good thing. Like,
Yes.
you place me in front of a classroom.
See?
Hey,
Yeah.
hey, you gotta be grown to take my classes. You
See.
gotta already have some type of respect
wow.
and some type of morals placed in you.
Right.
Because you never know what I'm gonna say at
That's
any given time.
Yep.
And you
know
gotta have a
kids, they're
tough skin.
sponge boy.
Yeah.
They
And you
pick it up.
gotta have a tough skin, because if I
Definitely.
tell you about yourself, I'm telling you about yourself for a reason. So it's better you in front of the classroom.
and it's funny, teaching the teens like we did for many years, and I'm kind of being pulled back into it. I do the acting
Yeah.
with kids from 19 down to 7 at this point. But then I was pulled aside about a month ago. I want you to start working with the youth in the church, the teens.
Okay.
Look at
So
God.
it's not just me. It's not
See,
just
if
me.
y'all attended Roadside Baptist, y'all wouldn't
See?
have all these problems.
Wow.
I might have to visit your church.
Listen, Roadside Baptist, you don't want kids, you just turn it off. Boop.
Wow.
Oh my God.
That's
Funny.
You want me to educate? Boop.
But we have to realize that they are the next generation.
They are.
And
Lord,
the
start
decision
working on them
makers.
now.
So we don't, like you said, we don't want them stupid.
No.
But I digress because I want to get back on Danielle. So what's next?
I wanted to do a full CD. So that's going to be my I want to do a video for Conquerors. So I just want to go where God takes me. I just, I don't remember who said this, but I just want to be, here I am, Lord, send me. Wherever you want me to go, whoever needs to hear what I have to say, that's what I want to do. So
we have a production company here too.
I did not know this.
Yes, maybe you could talk to keep in contact with Ruben. He has a production company.
Look, you say
no, not you. No,
awesome.
Not you, because he has a project in the works right now.
Okay, cool.
We didn't get called for the casting call,
Right?
But I'm just I've been waiting.
We thought we were like really close.
We thought,
wow.
at least the opportunity to be,
given to you guys first before it goes out.
Yeah.
And us alone could have took over the whole
Exactly.
show. We would have made your show.
Exactly.
Well,
us three together, we would conquer the show.
Well, so maybe that's why he didn't ask us.
You can just put our little skin
He gonna want people that he can work with. So Marlon is out.
Yeah.
So you didn't know what you got to do so many remakes.
Exactly. Yeah.
She would just cost too much money.
That's
with
what I told him.
editing and stuff like that.
So I get it.
I said, can you ad lib? You got to actually learn lines. Can I do that?
I was like,
And it's hard. It's hard to learn lines. Oh my gosh.
Because if I had to study lines, I would be like,
I told Marlon I have a comedy that I'm going to be working on, and hopefully in the fall. And some of the scenes don't require any lines at all.
Oh God.
and I will be perfect for the part.
No, but we need to really be supportive of the arts and everything.
Yeah, we do.
Because it is like, a lot of kids, they really don't get the background. Yeah, they'll buy the music, they'll see the movie, but to really be a part of the production, learning the skill, the art to it, the writing aspect of it, they don't get it, the discipline, being able to see a project through, it's very easy to start something and it doesn't come into fruition because it's not completed. So can you just imagine the lost dreams that have been there because that spirit of completion was not there.
Wow.
And that's why I'm so big on when I start something, I have to finish it.
But sometimes you get scared of finishing things.
Right. That too.
Because that means that part of your life is over and you don't know where you're going at that point.
Fear is a big thing.
It is
huge.
Because a lot of times, like, I look at stuff I start and I'm like, oh, I'm good at this. Like, I'm really good. But I know I have to bring it to an end, but I don't want it to end. So I keep on prolonging it when there's nothing there else to do. I just got to let it end and it be over and done.
Right.
But I fear the unknown. And that's what they say. You shouldn't fear the unknown, but I have a fear of the unknown.
But you know what? I'm trying to look at it, not just the unknown, but a different chapter.
Yeah.
You finish one chapter, okay, we're going to go into the next chapter. Because like with my writing, it's like, Gail, and my son, he brought it to my attention. He's like, I'm a little disappointed that she only wrote the one book. And I'm like, Dad, I do have some more in the can, but but I let other things get in my way.
Yeah.
I was working on other people's projects, but not my own.
Yeah.
Right.
I was helping other people fulfill their destiny, but mine was still stagnant.
That's what I've always done.
And then, those distractions aren't just for a week, 2 weeks, a month, 2 months, 5. It was 3 years since I.
Yeah, and you don't
Time-
even realize
The
how
book
fast
is
time
written.
goes by.
When
Yeah.
I looked at the date of the last story that I wrote, and I'm like, yeah, really, 15, really?
Yeah.
I'm like.
We
But I
forget-
was working on other people's stuff.
I mean, we forget that we are our own worst enemy.
We
Oh,
are.
yeah.
We are.
Definitely.
It's all in the mind. You have to believe and like we said, follow steps and do this. So we sabotage ourselves all the time.
Definitely.
And then plus,
And
if
we've
you're
gotta
good
stop.
at it, you don't want to end doing it. Like you were like, I'm so good at this. Why? Like that's how a lot of people get stuck in jobs that they really have too much talent for, and they need to say, you know what, I gotta leave. You aren't making me work to my full potential.
Right.
Like me,
Right.
I'm not working.
I think several of us can.
Yeah, but this is the thing. Like we find something
Yeah.
that we're good at, and we don't want to go to something where we know we might not be so good at. We might not even want to take a different position in the company or something because they might demand a little bit more of us that we aren't like so-called trained and mastered on how to do it.
But you know what? But that's when we definitely have to set a plan. We have to do the research and set a plan because that's the only way that we'll move to the next level. Like with me, I'm like, okay, for years I've been wanting to go to the Writers Digest. They have a contest, not a contest. They have a convention each and every year. And for like 4 years, I've been saying I want to go to this conference. And this time I'm going. My room is already paid for. The conference already paid for. I didn't pay for the pitch slam yet because I'm not even ready for the pitch slam.
What is a pitch slam?
Pitch slam is when you have 90 minutes to pitch your project.
Wow.
Well, wait a minute. Isn't this in August?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know.
You can do it. You know what? Just get up there and go.
So I got
Don't do like Marlon now. Wait a minute.
Well, I've done some of my research. So I've identified the editors and publishers who deal with children books.
Okay.
So I there's like 5 of them. So I already have their name and number. And so I'm going to be looking for them at the conference. Okay. So you will have 90 minutes to pitch it. So first I got to get all my stuff together that's already done.
90 minutes, not 90 seconds.
90 seconds. I'm sorry.
Oh,
90 seconds.
Oh, okay. A minute and a half.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you know, everything's paid for except for that.
Okay.
So I'm going to, you know, I can pay for, it's only like $150 when I get there. Or you could pay for it before, but I'm reaching out and I'm going to go. So it looked like I'm going to New York by myself.
Oh, wow. Good luck.
Thank you.
I know you'll get that book out there.
Yes.
You'll get an editor. You'll be fine.
Okay, so that's another edition of Sister Talk.
Everybody have a blessed week.
Yeah, have an awesome week. And remember that you're more than a conqueror. I want to thank Danielle for coming out. What's your last name, Danielle? Riley. Thank you for coming out. So this song is for you.
Okay.
Simply the Best by Tina Turner. All right, thank you, everyone. Bye-bye. Be blessed. All right, I love the song.
Speak the language of love like you know what it means.
Her voice is that raspy.
Yeah.